Here that we are at stage 6, paragraph page 437, and our last headword was occupation, newer type of lesson. Okay, let's start with your revision. Ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Do you think life will be discovered on other planets within the next 100 years? Do you think life will be discovered on other planets within the next 100 years? Yes or no?
Yes.
I
I think
think life
I
will be
think life
discovered
new
on
discovered
other planets
on other
within
planets
the next
within the
hundred
next
years.
100 years.
Very good. Okay, which is the main shopping street in your town? Which is the main shopping street in your town?
Ordinary Street
Is
is the
the main shopping street
main shopping
in
street
my town.
in my town.
Very good. Do you think that the difference between the people of one country and those of another is mainly a question of language? Do you think that the difference between the people of one country and those of another is mainly a question of language? Yes or no?
Yes,
I think that
I
the
think that
difference between
the difference
the
between
people of one
people
country
of one
and
country
those of
and
another
those of another
is mainly a
is
question
mainly
of
a
language.
question of language.
Very good. What are the three forms of sing? What are the three forms of sing? The three
The
forms
three
of sing
forms of
are
sing
sing,
are
sang,
sing,
sung.
sang, song.
Very good. Why are people so often in the habit of singing to themselves in the bathroom? Why are people so often in the habit of singing to themselves in the bathroom? People are
People
so
are
often in the
so
habit
often in the
of
habit
singing to
of
themselves
singing for
in the
themselves
bathroom,
in the bathroom,
maybe because
maybe
their
because
voices
their
sound better
voices sound
in the
better
bathroom.
in the bathroom.
Where if you sang in public for a day, how much do you think you'd earn? If you sang in public for a day, how much do you think you'd earn? If I sang
If
in
I
public
sang
for a day,
in public for a
I
day,
think I'd earn
I think
about.
I'd earn about 5 yen.
Very good. Have you ever sung in public? Have you ever sung in public? Yes or no?
No,
I've
I've
never
never
sung
sung
in public.
in public.
Very good. If you bought a business for £1 million and sold it again later for £250,000, would you be making a profit? If you bought a business for £1 million and sold it again later for £250,000, would you be making a profit? No. If I
No,
bought a
if I
business
bought a
for
business
one million
for one
pounds
million
and
pounds
sold it
and
again
sold
later
it again
for
later for
£250,000,
250,000
I
pounds,
wouldn't be
I
making a
wouldn't be
profit.
making a profit.
I'd be making a
I'd
loss.
be making a loss.
How much would your loss be? How much would your loss be? My loss be
My loss be
£750,000.
750,000 pounds.
Very good. When do we use the future perfect? When do we use the future perfect? We use
We
the
use
future
the
perfect
future
when we
perfect.
are thinking.
I'm thinking
When we are thinking
when we are thinking
about time
about time
before
that
and up
for
to
and up to
a
now
specific point
at, at a specific point
in the future.
in the future.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. When you arrive
When you
at my
arrive
house,
at my
I will
house,
have
I
cooked
will
dinner.
have a cooked dinner.
Very good. What does that sentence mean? What does that sentence mean? That sentence
That
means
sentence
that I
means
will
that
finish
I will
cooking
finish
dinner
cooking
before
dinner
you arrive
before you
at my
arrive
house.
at my
When you
house.
arrive,
When you arrive,
dinner will be ready.
dinner will be ready.
Very good. Tell me the difference between these two sentences. At 9 o'clock, I will eat my dinner, and at 9 o'clock, I will have eaten my dinner. Tell me the difference between these two sentences. At 9 o'clock, I will eat my dinner, and at 9 o'clock, I will have eaten my dinner. The difference between
The difference
those
between
two
those
sentences
two
is that
sentences
at
is
9
that
o'clock,
at
I
9
will eat
o'clock
my
I
dinner
will eat my
means
dinner
I
means
will start to
I
eat
will
my
start
dinner
to eat my
at 9
dinner
o'clock.
at 9 o'clock.
Whereas at 9
Whereas
o'clock,
at 9
I will
o'clock
have
I
eaten my
will have
dinner
eaten my dinner
means that my
means that
dinner
my
will
dinner
already
will
be finished.
already finished
Be finished
be
at
finished
9 o'clock.
at 9 o'clock.
Where will you have had your dinner before midnight tonight? Will you have had your dinner before midnight tonight? Yes or no?
Yes,
I'll
I
have had
I'll have
my
had
dinner
my
before
dinner
midnight
before
tonight.
midnight tonight.
Will we have left this room in 3 hours' time? Will we have left this room in 3 hours' time? Yes or no?
Yes.
Will
I
have left this
will
room
have left this
in
room
3 hours'
in
time.
3 hours' time.
Where at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, will you already have got up? At 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, will you already have got up? Yes or no?
Yes.
At 10 o'clock
At 10
tomorrow
o'clock
morning,
tomorrow
I'll
morning,
already
I'll already
have got up.
have got up.
Wait, will most shops in your town have shut before 11 o'clock this evening? Will most shops in your town have shut before 11 o'clock this evening? Yes, most
Yes.
shops in
Most
my
shops
town
in my
will
town
have shut
will have a shop
before 11 o'clock
before
this
11
evening.
o'clock this evening.
Wait, what's a government minister? What's a government minister? A government
A
minister
government
is
minister
someone
is
who
someone
has a
who
very
has a
important job
very important
in the
job
government.
in the government.
Give me some examples. Give me some examples, please. Minister for Agriculture,
Minister for Agriculture,
Foreign Minister,
Foreign
etc.
Minister, etc.
What do some countries call the most important minister in the government? What do some countries call the most important minister in the government? Some countries
Some
call the
countries
most
call the most
important minister
important
in the
minister
government
in the
the
government
Prime Minister.
the Prime Minister.
Very good. Are you usually able to guess a person's age? Are you usually able to guess a person's age? Yes or no?
Yes, I
I'm usually
usually
able to guess
able to
a
guess
person's
a
age.
person's age.
Very good. Have you got any coins in your pocket at the moment? Have you got any coins in your pocket at the moment? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
haven't got any
haven't got
coins
any
in my
coins
pocket
in my
at the moment.
pocket at the moment.
Very good. In which situations do we say cheers? In which situations do we say cheers? We say cheers
We say
to
cheers
express
to
good wishes
express good
when
wishes
we have a drink
when we have a
with
we
somebody.
have a
We have a drink
we have a
with
drink
somebody
with
to
somebody
say thank you
to say thank
and to
you
say goodbye.
and to say goodbye.
Very good. What's the past of ride? What's the past of ride? The past of
The
ride
path of a
is road.
ride is road.
If you rode from here to the next town by bicycle, about how long would it take you? If you rode from there to the next town by bicycle, about how long would it take you? If I rode
If I
from
rode
here
from
to the
here
next town
to the next
by
town
bicycle,
by
it
bicycle,
would take me
it would
about,
take me about 2 hours.
very good. Does the temperature decrease as we move from spring to summer? Does the temperature decrease as we move from spring to summer? No, the
No,
temperature
the
doesn't
temperature
decrease
doesn't
as we
decrease
move
as we
from
move
spring to summer.
from spring to
It
summer.
increases.
It increases.
Where do you have to join a library before you can start borrowing books? Do you have to join a library before you can start borrowing books? Yes, you
Yes,
have to
you
join
have to
a
join
library
a library
before you can start
before you can start
borrowing books.
borrowing the books.
Where if we join two pieces of wood together like this, what do we make? If we join two pieces of wood together like this, what do we make? If we
If
join
we
two
joined
pieces of
two
wood
pieces of wood
together like that,
together like
we
that,
make a
we
cross.
make a cross.
What joint of the arm is this? What joint of the arm is this? That joint
The
of the
joint
arm
of the arm
is the elbow.
is the elbow.
Very good. Okay, what's another word for midday? What's another word for midday? Another word
Another
for
word
midday
of midday
is noon.
is noon.
Very good. What are the letters, e.g., the abbreviation of? What are the letters, e.g., the abbreviation of? The letters,
The
e.g.,
letters
are
HE
the
are
abbreviation
these
of
abbreviation of
exempli pressure
exemplary pressure
from the Latin,
from the
which
Latin,
means, for
which
example.
means, for example,
Very good. When do we use these letters? When do we use these letters? We use
we
these
use
letters
these
in
letters
writing,
in
but
writing,
not in speaking.
but not in speaking.
Very good. What can we say when we hand something to somebody? What can we say when we hand something to somebody? When we hand
When we
something
hand
to somebody,
something to
we can
somebody,
say, here
we
you
can
are.
say carrier.
Very good. When you finally find something after trying to find it for a long time, what can you say? When you finally find something after trying to find it for a long time, what can you say? When you finally
When you
find
finally
something
find
after
something
trying
after
to
trying
find it
to
for a
find
long
it
time,
for a long
you can
time,
say,
You can
Ah,
say,
here it is.
ah, here it is.
Very good. Do you pay taxes to the state? Do you pay taxes to the state? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes, I pay taxes
I
to the
paid,
state.
I paid tax to the
Alright?
state.
I pay taxes
I paid taxes
to the state.
to the state.
Is your room in a good state or a bad state? Is your room in a good state or a bad state? My room's
My
in a
room
good state.
in a good state.
Wait, when you fill in a passport application form, what must you state? When you fill in a passport application form, what must you state? When I fill in
When I
a
fill
passport
in a passport
application form,
applications
I must
form,
state my
I
name,
must state my
my
name,
address,
my
my
address,
date of birth,
my date of
my
birth,
occupation,
my occupation,
etc.
etc.
Very good. Okay, that's the end of our revision. Let's have new word.
Okay.
Okay, so repeat statement,
Statement,
signature.
signature.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word statement is a noun. It is something you say or write, especially publicly or officially, to let people know your intention or opinion or to record fact. For example, the candidate made a statement to the press. Signature is a noun. For example, when you make a formal written statement to the police, you have to put your signature at the end. Let's practice. When you make a formal written statement to the police, do you have to put your signature at the end? When you make a formal written statement to the police, do you have to put your signature at the end? Yes. When
Yes.
you make
When
a
you make
formal
a
written
formal
statement
written
to the
statement
police,
to the
you have
police,
to put
you have to
your
put
signature at
your
the end.
signature at the end.
Very good. Next, repeat the download
Download
program.
program.
Very good. Okay, listen. Download is a verb. To download means to copy or move programs or information into a computer's memory. Program is a noun. A program is a series of instructions that make a computer perform an operation. For example, we can download programs, songs, films, pictures, etc. from the internet. Let's practice. What kind of things can we download from the internet? What kind of things can we download from the internet? We can download
We can
programs,
download
songs,
programs,
films,
songs,
pictures,
films,
etc.
pictures,
from the
etc.
internet.
from the internet.
Very good. Next, repeat. Drunk,
Drunk,
fight.
fight.
Very good. Okay, listen. Drunk is an adjective. Drunk means under the influence of alcohol or like drunk too much. For example, if someone drinks too much alcohol, they get drunk. Fight, the word fight can be a noun or a verb. Fight as a noun means an argument or a quarrel. For example, some people get into fights when they're drunk. Fight as a verb means to argue in an angry way. For example, I've seen two people fighting each other in the street. Let's practice. What happens if someone drinks too much alcohol? What happens if someone drinks too much alcohol? If someone
If
drinks too
someone
much
drinks too
alcohol,
much
they get
alcohol,
drunk.
they get wrong.
Have you ever
They get
seen they get drunk?
they get drunk.
Have you ever seen two people fighting each other in the street? Have you ever seen two people fighting each other in the street? Yes or no?
No,
I've never seen
I've never
two
seen
people
two
fighting
people
each other
fighting each
in the
other
street.
in the street.
Do some people get into fights when they're drunk? Do some people get into fights when they're drunk? Yes, some
Yes,
people
some
get
people
into fights
get into
when
fight
they're drunk.
when they are drunk.
Very good. Next, repeat probability.
Probability.
Very good. Okay, listen. Probability is a noun. It is the chance that something will happen. Probability. For example, I think the probability of another world war has decreased in the last 20 years. Let's practice. Do you think the probability of another world war has increased or decreased in the last 20 years? Do you think the probability of another world war has increased or decreased in the last 20 years? Yes or no?
Yes, I
I
think.
think the
I think
probability
the
of
probability
another world
of
war
another world war
has increased
has
in the
increased
last
in
20
the
years.
last 20 years.
Very good. Next, repeat mind.
Mind.
Brain.
brain,
Change one's mind.
change one's mind,
Brainy.
brainy,
Abstract.
abstract,
Sense.
sense,
Very good. Okay, listen. Abstract is an adjective. It means existing as an idea, existing as a feeling or quality, not as a material object, cannot be seen by our eyes or cannot touch. Sense is a noun. It is one of the possible meanings of a word or phrase. We use the word mind in the abstract sense, whereas we generally use brain in the physical sense. When we say change one's mind, it means to decide differently that one had decided before. For example, I am not in the habit of changing my mind a lot. Brainy is an adjective. It means intelligent, able to learn easily and think quickly. Let's practice. What's the difference between mind and brain? What's the difference between mind and brain? The difference
the
between
difference
mind
between
and
the
brain
mind and
is that
brain
we
is
use
that
mind
we use
in
mind
the abstract
in
sense,
the abstract sense,
whereas we
whereas
generally use brain
we generally use brain
in the physical
in
sense.
the physical sense.
Regit, are you in the habit of changing your mind a lot? Are you in the habit of changing your mind a lot? Yes or no?
Yes,
I'm in the habit
I'm in the
of
habit
changing
of
my mind a
changing
lot.
my mind a lot.
Regit, do adults have bigger brains than young children? Do adults have bigger brains than young children? Yes, adults
Yes,
have
adults have
bigger brains
big brains
than young children.
than young children.
Very good. Next, who's the brainiest member of your family? Who's the brainiest member of your family? My,
My
right,
father
is the brainiest
is the
member
brainiest member
of
in
my
my
family.
family,
Of
over
my,
my family.
very good. Next, repeat criminal.
Criminal.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word criminal is a noun. A criminal is someone who is involved in illegal activities or has been proven guilty of a crime. For example, if the police catch criminals, they arrest them and take them to the police station. Let's practice. What happens to criminals if the police catch them? What happens to criminals if the police catch them? If the
If
police
the
catch
police
criminals,
catch
they
criminals,
arrest them
they arrest
and
them
take them
and take
to the
them
police
to
station.
the police station.
Very good. Thanks. Repeat. Gun.
Gun.
Very good. Okay, listen. Gun is a noun. It is a weapon that shoots bullets or shells. For example, police carry guns with them. We have to have permission from the state to own a gun in our country. Let's practice. Do you have to have permission from the state to own a gun in your country? Do you have to have permission from the state to own a gun in your country? Yes, you have to
Yes,
have
you have to have
permission from the state
permission from the
to own a
state
gun
to own a
in my
gun
country.
in my country.
Very good. Next, repeat civilized.
Civilized.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word civilized is an adjective. It means having a well developed way of life and social system. For example, Tokyo has many shops, buildings, railways, etc. today than it was in the past. It means Tokyo is more civilized now than it was in the past. Let's practice. Do you think the world's more civilized nowadays than it was in the past? Do you think the world's more civilized nowadays than it was in the past? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
it,
think the
I
world's
think the
more
world
civilized
more civilized
nowadays than it
nowadays
was in the
than it
past.
was in the past.
Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to reading.
Okay,
Okay, very good. So our reading is at stage 5, paragraph page 328. Last headword was calm, quietly. Okay, so please start at the second question. Are we having calm weather at the moment?
okay.